And they made this public because Wack got exposed by transmission. Wack needs to talk about how he was the one that compromised Big U. Tell Wack to talk about how he compromised Big U. Straight up. Talk about that. Talk about these transmission allegations. Talk about how when everything popped off with Nipsey, you played a role in everything. You played a role. You played a role in Nipsey Hussle's demise. You played a role in Big U being incarcerated, getting hit with an indictment. You and Big U was best friends. Wack has built his infrastructure, his platform off of manipulation, intimidation, extortion, and blackmail. Wack is extorting 607 up.
Jaleece goes off on Wack100. Check out what she had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Y'all, if I'm lying, I'm flying. But anyways, neither here or there. If Vlad was confident in the woo-wop and getting the woo-wop, brother didn't have to pay Blood $100 to disperse. He could, come on, Blood. Like, it's just a lot of... So, how I'm feeling is valid. The fact that you guys are trying to invalidate how I feel goes to show that y'all predators. Blood, like a lot of men in the entertainment business are predators. Blood. Documented predators or undocumented predators. You know what I'm saying? Look at what's going on with the Blueface tour. 3 separate women that came out. 3 separate women had came out on the Blueface tour with the same story as me, how they black out this and that. It don't matter if they're promiscuous, intoxicated, popping, you feel me? Little cheeks, whatever. At a point in time, they don't remember anything from that night. And y'all keep trying to justify it because you guys are men. And you guys are trying to downplay. If 4 different women are coming out with the same storyline and they don't know each other, some ain't adding up. Then we got Wack being a spokesperson. Brother still ain't talked about how he got exposed by transmission. Now listen, I don't got a problem with Blueface, but I'm gonna put it all out on the table. I don't know what.
You know, I gotta stop the video right quick. Wack did address the whole transmission things. I guess it's not real based off what he said with Adam 22 on No Jumper. So you gotta be careful, Jaleece. You already know how Wack100 rock. You putting out some potential false stuff, he definitely gonna come at you.
But Wack is gonna be the demise of Blueface if Blueface does not disperse, detach from Wack. He has to. Wack is bad for his brand. Blueface don't even need Wack. Wack need Blueface, but it's something behind the scenes that has transpired to where Blueface can't risk Wack doing what Wack does. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't got a problem with Blueface. I don't. To be honest with you, I don't got a problem with Blueface. I actually like Blueface. But he's caught up in the industry, and the industry is a janky place. You feel me? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? More of the story, back to what I was saying, the whole thing happened with Yella Creepy. Yella get into a Creepy and Flakko, basically kind of like threatened Flakko and Creep like, oh, y'all want to make everything content until we really make everything content. We make into content. So, mind you, we're stopped. Like, Yella don't want this to be content. I don't want this to be content. Skinny definitely don't want this to be content. Flakko and Creep was trying to run the content a day after Wack got exposed by the transmission on Twitter. Pay attention. But make sure y'all liking and subscribing and engaging with Super Chat and the jewels. Boom. And I don't even got time saying all that, but it is what it is. So, boom. That happened, whatever case may be. Mind you, we go back to the content house. Yella, sitting down at the round table. We talking. And so I go back. I go back after I quit. I go back. Knew why I quit. I never said why I quit. I kind of blamed it on me being in school, whatever the case may be. I blamed it on me being in school, but in reality, I just wanted to get away because Yella is cool with Skinny, and I did not want nothing to do with Skinny. I did not want to be around him. I didn't like if that's your friend. Like I just the whole situation was just messy. Like, and I feel like they didn't respect me as a woman, so I left. Boom. Reached out to me again. I ended up going back the next day. We sit down at the round table. We chopping it up. Yella basically saying like, we talking about Creep, Flakko, Wack, whatever the case may be. And I think Creep and Wack end up going to No Jumper. And they end up trying to talk about it subliminally on No Jumper. And Yella wasn't feeling it. Like cause none of us wanted it to be content, but Wack was trying to make it content to like move the goalposts. More of the story.
Yeah, certain things really shouldn't be content, especially with those allegations, whatever she's alleging. You definitely want to keep that behind the scenes and get that figured out. Again, I understand we're in a day and age where we put everything on social media, but certain things, you got to make sure you iron out the details, know what's going on before you put it out there, because you don't just want to put out anything. So as far as that situation, I don't know what's going on, but just as far as everything being content, not everything is made to be content.
And we're talking about it, whatever the case may be. And I ain't gonna lie, Yella was on it. Like he was on that with Wack. Like he was like, Wack don't like you. If Wack liked it, if Wack liked it, you, he's constantly disrespecting you. He's constantly making it seem like you X, Y, and Z. Wack don't like you. Wack don't like me. Like when 607 Unc was doing his reality TV live show or his show or whatever, he didn't want me there. That's why me and Unc fell out. That's what people don't be doing. It's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. You feel me? And so basically Wack didn't want Yella there, like, or during Unc's reality show or whatever. I don't know. So that happens. And then like basically like you could tell Unc really didn't want to be in the middle of it because Wack is Unc's manager. And I get it. But at the end of the day, Unc doesn't know the power that he has, because if he knew the power that he had, he would know that he didn't need Wack. You feel me? Unc is a smart man. He's a smart individual. Even though he's the one that put this on the internet and then Wack tailgated off it, I kind of feel like Wack put the battery in his back. You feel me?
Yeah, I didn't know Wack was managing 607 Unc. I know Wack be doing his thing with Blueface, Game, a lot of artists, but I didn't know about that. You know, Wack, he's in content, in media, so that's a good play for him, managing 607. You know, 607, he be wilding out at times. He's a character, but in this day and age in content, he's perfect. He's just like a Crip Mac. You want entertainers like that can go on wilding out, that can put up their own content, that can make their own content. So what he's doing is cool as far as 607 Unc, but as far as Wack, he definitely has a lot of power within the industry.
But if Unc just knew the power that he had, he doesn't need Wack. Wack ain't paying for his house. Wack ain't paying for the editing. Wack isn't paying for, the travel expenses. Wack isn't a shareholder in the company. Wack, I don't know what Wack got on Unc, but that's another story for another day. But Unc doesn't need Wack. But the thing is, Big Homie CC don't like Wack. And Unc and Big Homie CC are like this. Big Homie CC and Yella are like this with Unc. None of them like Wack. So for Yella to be trying to team up with Wack, they don't even like each other. But because Yella is trying to save face with Skinny, they're doing what they're doing on the internet. And it's like, this is the thing though. It never had to be content. If we worked overtime for the past month to not make this content, why is Yella now making this content with Wack, a man that he don't even like? Pay attention. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is though. Like I said, it's a lot going on behind the scenes. It's unfortunate what's going on with me and Yella, because Yella didn't have to be involved, but unfortunately he's involved because he accepted that $100 to leave that night. When he knew he shouldn't have accepted that $100. When he knew Blood was a weirdo. When he knew Blood was on weird type of timing. You feel me? It's a lot going on behind the scenes that a lot of y'all don't know about. So Yella get on his platform and he get the extracurricular pump faking saying I done messed with X, Y, and Z and his partner, with the whoop and his partner, burnt with the whoop and his partner. That was all lies. That's defamation of character, brother. If you gonna come with it, come with facts. Oh, she back though. She set up. Now I see why everybody don't like. Everybody don't like me because I keep it 100. They be trying to play in my face, and I'm not going for the disrespect. One thing I'm gonna do is stand on it, Blood, and I'm not going for the disrespect. And y'all be allowing people to play in y'all face and disrespect y'all, and I'm not going, brother. I'm not. Big Homie CC thus far hasn't showed me any disloyalty. But then again, I don't really trust anybody in this business.
Yeah, it's hard to trust anybody in this business. That's why you really got to be independent. You can collab, be a 1099, but once you start signing contracts with people, you just never know where it's going to go. Now, again, I don't know if everything she's saying is facts, but she got a right to, speak her truth, speak her story. A lot of people, they rock with Wack, but there's a lot of people that don't F with Wack. That's just what it is. But either way, I'm from the outside looking in. I got no issues with nobody. I'm just reacting to the content.
I'm in a male-dominated environment. Ain't no women working with me. Not one woman is working with me, brother. Not one, bro. Not one. So when people get the plan on here, like Jaleece is clout chasing, who is skinny to clout chase? I didn't even know who Blood was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know who Blood was. I felt how I felt. I told him, I told Unc, I told Creek, left it at that. The whole time they plotting on content. Brother, how is this content? This is reality. You feel me? Y'all needed something on me. I ain't messed with nobody in the entertainment realm that y'all wanted me to mess with. If I mess with somebody, I'm going to mess with them on my own free will. Come on now. I'm not going to tell y'all who I've been like. It's just know, if I've never came out with saying someone took advantage of me while I was intoxicated ever, 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 ever. So what make Blood different? What make Blood special? Blood don't even get 1,000 likes, and he got over 700,000 followers. Be for real. You know what I'm saying? Pay for followers. Like, what is Blood benefiting to me? I was handling this privately, and they made this public because Wack got exposed by transmission. Wack needs to talk about how he was the one that compromised Big U. Tell Wack to talk about how he compromised Big U. Straight up. Talk about that. Talk about these transmission allegations. Talk about how when everything popped off with Nipsey, you played a role in everything. You played a role. You played a role in Nipsey Hussle's demise. You played a role in Big U being incarcerated, getting hit with an indictment. You and Big U was best friends.
Yeah, those are some crazy allegations. I've heard, things here and there about Wack, but I didn't hear about the whole Nipsey thing. He had something to do with the unfortunate loss of Nipsey. The Big U situation, I've been hearing things here and there, but he denied everything. For the most part, Wack is saying he kept it solid. He tried to be cool, but, sometimes you got to address certain things. So again, all allegations, but she going off on Wack right now. I thought the two were cool. They had some cool moments on No Jumper, the Adam 22 and Wack show. I thought everything was aligned, but evidently I was wrong. Wack and Jaleece got real smoke.
Wack has built his infrastructure, his platform off of manipulation, intimidation, extortion, and blackmail. Straight up. I tried to respect Blood. I didn't want to do that to Blood. But let me tell you something about me. Blood, I'm not going. You're going to have to come harder. It don't matter what you post on the internet. It does not prove that I was not intoxicated. Them dudes do illicit substances, and it's pink. No telling. What I'm saying is something wasn't right that night. And if I'm telling y'all, it ain't nothing to scoop with a dude. Come on, people done had one night stand. That's nothing. Something in my heart wasn't right that night. And I'm standing on it. Blueface go on tour and 3 women come out with the same story as me. What video? Mind you, it's 7 hours. 7 hours worth of footage. Blood keep posting 20-second clip. And every clip, I'm all on him. He's not on me. Brother, you not even my type. I'm going to keep it 100.
Yeah, again, a lot of allegations. The whole skinny with the 9 thing. Hopefully he addresses it. Don't know if he did or not, but you definitely got to speak on it now that this situation is public. Again, all allegations. I want to make sure I put that out there. We just reacting to the content, hearing her side of the story, hearing her truth. But again, the skinny from the 9, definitely got to speak on that formally. I'm sure Adam 22, he'll get you on No Jumper. I'm sure he can get on a major platform. Or if not, put out his statements on his own platform. But these are some, crazy allegations. Don't know what's going on, but I'm sure we're going to hear more to this story in the very near future.
I know me. And I know you guys are going to go with, you guys are men. So you guys are going to, oh, she's lying. She's doing this. She's just, brother, we done scooped. It's nothing. I could add 2 of my ex-boyfriends right now. They're going to be like, Jaleece, Jaleec don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's nothing. One night stand is nothing. But when I feel like something ain't adding up, that's where the problem. Then when I address everything privately and y'all make it public, and I tried for a whole month to keep it private, that's how I know. That's how I know you guys were moving with malicious intent. You can't tell me I wasn't intoxicated. You can't tell me I wasn't impaired. Doesn't matter what it shows in the videos. In reality, I was intoxicated. I don't remember anything. So the fact that my story and 3 other girls' stories collaborate and we don't even know each other from a can of paint goes to show that y'all gotta understand how the industry works. Look at everything when men have been brought forth and all of these allegations, and then y'all believe them. But when it's me, y'all don't want to believe me. But it's cool though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. If there was nothing wrong done, if everything was consensual, if everything was whatever the case may be, if it was my fault, dude would have took that to the detectives and proved his case or told me to come and view all of the 7 hours, 8 hours worth of footage. He got defensive. He went to Wack. Wack don't even like blood. Wack don't even like Yella. Wack don't like big homie Cece. Wack is extorting 607 up. That's all I'm saying, blood. I know y'all don't like me. That's cool. Y'all never gonna like me. But I've never came out with this. I didn't even bring this to the internet. I could see if I was the one that brought this to the internet, but I really didn't. Even when I talked about it on the live stream, it was subliminal. I didn't put no name on it. Y'all can say, you brought it to the internet first. No, I didn't say no name. Stop trying to deflect. Take accountability for the fact that I didn't say no name and you guys tried to put a name on it because Wack was playing, he was pulling the strings behind the scenes. And let me tell y'all something.
Insane allegations, skinny. You got to speak on this. If there's content from the content house, alleged 7+ hours, this may have to go into a legal investigation just to make sure everything is adding up. Right now, what she's alleging, it's unfortunate. She never really put this type of content out there. So you kind of got to understand it from that standpoint. But maybe the police need to get involved. We'll see what happens moving forward with this whole situation.